Okay, so welcome back to a new stock on the channel in a new video. Tonight is Eastman Kodak Company, also known as Kodak stock. That's how I know it, is KDOK stock, I believe it is. So we're going to be looking at what the stock might do in the next few weeks and months and years, and ultimately, should you buy the potential dip which we are seeing on this stock right now, as the stock looks like it might be finding support in the market. So we'll just have to answer that in this short video tonight. So just before we do start, if that does sound good, please do leave a like, please do subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost halfway there now. So if you could just help out by trying to get us there, yeah, I would massively appreciate it. So whilst you're here, we've also got a Discord server now. Link will be down in the description. Actually, there is one of our members just popping up from Discord right now. So if you want to come and join the discussion, it's all about stocks, so you can imagine how this one's going to go. It's really fun, it's really informative, and the link is in the description. Right, so hopefully we don't get any more Discord notifications, and we can continue with the video uninterrupted. And if we do, I'm very sorry, but you should just come and join the fun. So just before we look at what the stock price is doing, we're going to be looking at what the company itself actually does. So if you don't already know this company, I think a lot of you guys will. In my opinion, at least, I know this one for quite a long time. It's one of those more popular companies. It's kind of like the Apple, in a way, of the camera world, I think. They make cameras, they make printers, all those kinds of pieces that you can understand, the company makes. I'm sure you already know that if you live in either England, America, or probably even Australia. So I don't really need to go into that one too much. So we can understand where this market demographic is. It's all about, basically computing, kind of, in the sense that it's all like electronics and that. So not really going to talk too much about that one. So let's have a quick look at the company itself. So interesting fact is the market cap is actually under 1 billion according to Google. So that's quite an interesting fact to report. And I thought it would be over a billion market cap, because that's actually quite small for a company like Kodak, in my opinion. I really thought the stock would have been worth more than this. But of course, let's look at what the stock is actually worth and look at the returns which we have seen on the stock. So currently worth $10. Now we're looking at the stock. Let's have a look at the price action over the last day. So we've been quite stable until around 11 o'clock today, and ever since then really we shot up from around $8.95 to the all day high of $10.69. Ever since then really we've been kind of on the way down, but kind of stable at the same time, really starting to level out here at the price of $10.19 and then carrying on down here to a price of $10.12. So around the $10 point we've kind of been stable from the later point of the day. 1 week really we are starting to see that support, like I said, because honestly the stock has been quite flat, although it has kind of had a tendency to the downside. So even though it's been flat, it has been moving ever so slightly to the downside over the past few days. Today we really have seen quite the gain on the stock indeed, and it really starting to level out from there. So that could potentially be a good sign. 1 month really, you can just see what I'm talking about here, in the sense that it's kind of been going down gradually. So we would have lost 0.78%, so kind of still less than 1% lost over the majority of a month. So not really too bad, but we have seen highs in this stock before of $12, and are we going to shoot to new highs now? That is a real question which we are asking tonight. So all-time highs which we have seen on this stock was over almost $40 even, sorry. So if you'd have bought in at this point here around July 2020, let's say, you would have made 1,382% profit. That is really the growth stock indeed. And I've seen on Wall Street Bets, which is a forum talking about stocks, again, a lot of people did do those YOLO trades on this stock, and also quite, some of them gained a lot, some of them lost a lot. But that is what happens with the stock. However, it looks like we have found a common level, common price level at the minute, but we could be looking to see new price hikes. As we have seen around this point, it looked like it started to stable around the point of $5. Then we saw this big price hike to $10. Are we going to see a big hike now to 15 or higher? Well, let's have a look at what some analysts say. Now, for CNN Business, that's money.cnn.com, we actually only have one analyst reporting on this company this time. Quite interesting. They have not given a graph representation, but they do apparently have a high, median, and low target of $1, representing over 90% loss for the company. Very interesting. I can kind of see why, because with a stock which is in this phase of kind of, growing quite quickly, people hyping it up, it is also quite hard to predict because, sometimes, like, just look at Tesla, for example. Tesla was one of those companies where it's kind of volatile all the time, shooting to all-time highs, then shooting back down to lows. I think I can understand this one, but I don't think it really is going to just drop like that. I think it really is going to stable out and become quite a slow-growing growth stock, in my personal opinion. So what do you guys think? So the reason why the stock has shot up, we're going to be looking at this article on Fool.com, that is the Motley Fool website. So what happened? In July, Kodak skyrocketed nearly 3,000% after the Trump administration announced it would loan the company $765 million under the Defense Production Act, which would help the company transition to produce generic active pharmaceutical ingredients to combat the national shortages. However, before the deal closed, a member of Kodak's board of directors, George Carfnell, donated 3 million shares of the company's stock to a charity, and which he presides over. Sorry about that one. Generating a tax-deductible event, and of course, that money coming from the Trump administration kind of fueled the stock's growth. But of course, looking at a stock which has gone up over 1,000%, a lot of investors will have sold out at this point for logical reasons, and a lot of people bought in and also got stopped out. So let's just look at this. Of course, if you are a institutional investor or just someone looking to make a quick bit of money in the stock market who actually knows what you're doing, if you were going to look at the stock and see maybe, like, I don't know, a 3,000% growth, let's say, like this website says, you are obviously going to sell out knowing that you've made quite some money. But I don't know, now the stock is leveling out, we could actually see it go to new highs. So you guys tell me what you think over on the Discord. I personally think it should start to grow quite stably, in my opinion. I can see this being one of those growth stocks over a long-term, period, but I really can't see it being as high growing as some of the other stocks which we talk about on the channel. I think this is going to be a very, very, very slow-moving stock, in my personal opinion. Of course, I can be wrong because I'm no financial advisor, but that's just what I think. So come and tell me what you think on Discord. Thank you so much for your time. Remember to like and subscribe, and also check out any of the videos on the channel whilst you're here as well if you don't want to come over to Discord, but I recommend that you do. Thank you very much for being here. See you then. Goodbye.